guys, just some dude here. Today with my good friend Bob, we're going to be going over what an oblique kick is. Now if you've never heard the term before, that's cool. In the last maybe 10 years it's become a lot more prevalent in MMA, although it's much more of a traditional kick. And what I mean is traditional, it's not often seen in that sport until John Jones started throwing a lot, Conor McGregor started throwing a lot, it became a lot more mainstream after that point in time, at least in the larger fights as well. So what an oblique kick is you want to throw it to a low, mid, or high area on the leg. Alright, I'm going to demonstrate two of them from both stances, switch it up, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more and we'll walk through how to throw it, why to throw it, and then some potential pitfalls you might have actually throwing it, along with how I prefer to throw it based on certain situations. Alright, so let's get into it. Pull back out here a little bit. Alright, so you can see as I'm throwing my kick, I'm also adding a slight shuffle to it. That's because it's a rear leg kick and I'm not rolling my hips with it. So the range on the kick isn't super far. I'm not rolling through, modifying my stance as I do it. If anything, I'm jumping off at a slight 45 as I throw it too, to get my body out of center line striking distance. Alright. Also, with my foot, I am striking with a midfoot on this. Now, Bob just has his center line, I'm hitting right there. If I'm hitting with a midfoot, specifically in barefoot running shoes or even my bare feet, I will be hitting slightly above the knee. That's my target right there. If I'm wearing boots, I will be striking right at the knee. More of that actual self-defense scenario. You're doing it like that to incapacitate the person, they can't chase you, multiple attacker situation, something like that to debilitate someone so that you can get out of that situation as quickly as possible. One of the things, I have thrown it with my heel, and that's if I throw it a little bit higher too. This is more of a active limb destruction, so an offensive limb destruction compared to defensive limb destruction. Offensive limb destruction would be me throwing at Bob's right thigh, right into that groin area there as I'm here, throwing my heel a little bit. Alright, so I also step off line to 45 like I was saying here, bringing my knee up, canting my knee, K-A-N-T, canting my knee like that, and launching almost like a stomp. If I can, for the knee, I like to get in a little bit higher and really stomp it down. That's great, but when you're throwing like an oblique kick like this, the range is a little bit more important than the actual power, because the areas that you're hitting are pretty fragile, so a small amount of force will actually injure, and if nothing else, you get that transference of thought with that hit. So back to the actual technique. You're in your stance, hands up, you're launching at a slight 45 while also progressing forward with it. So even if I jump, 6 inches with this, I'm going over a little bit there. As I'm doing that, I'm bringing my rear leg and my knee up at a slight angle here to launch. As I launch my kick, I am leaning back some, 1 to add power to the kick, 2 to keep myself out of striking distance along with my hands up. So again, slow motion. And as I throw my kick, my foot is at a slight 45 like this. I am here, I'm offline, throw, back, switch up the stance. Alright, slight 45 with that stomp. The higher you get your knee up, the better and more destructive it's going to be. Guys, let me know if you like this kick. It is one of my favorite ones, especially for a real altercation. Something you can throw very easily without being warmed up. It's nothing fancy. It's not a head kick like that. And it's really not anything that puts you in a compromising position. That's one of the reasons I love it. I can also flow with it very well from my various striking, orthodox boxing, and unorthodox strikes, open hand strikes, into it very seamlessly. So it's one of my favorite kicks. Guys, I hope you liked the video. Please comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. Thanks for watching.